Contrary to what you would believe based on most prepper shows and channels, the majority of preppers are actually living in urban areas. That is, they live in or close to major cities, and likely live in an apartment building. And although most prepper channels will tell you that you need to get out of the city and move away now, that isn't always an option for most people. So today we will be taking a look at some of the basic things you may want to do if you live in one of these areas and you want to prepare yourself for a possible bugging in scenario in the city, presented in no particular order. Number 1. Start storing extra foods. When you go to the market, pick up something extra every time. Keep in mind that you don't have to spend too much doing this. Select cans of tuna or other canned meats that you don't have to cook, and keep at least one spare can opener in your cabinet with the cans. Jars of peanut butter and jelly and boxes of crackers could work well. Basically, protein-based foods that are simple, that don't have to be cooked. No cooking smells means that others may not suspect that you have food stocked up. You don't want to invite unwanted guests. Be sure that you're buying foods that you will actually eat and that you rotate your stock so that the food is never wasted. Number 2, buy a few gallons of water, or even get a few of the 5-gallon jugs. Remember that you will likely need at least a gallon a day for drinking purposes for one person. If you have 3 5-gallon jugs, that could hold one person for 2 weeks, and they wouldn't be that hard to store. Consider buying a tub bag so that you could fill it in an emergency. They turn your bathtub into a storage tank and can be easily found on eBay or Amazon fairly cheap. Number 3, buy extra toilet paper and other hygiene products so that you have extras to last you a long time. I would also get extra garbage bags and paper towels as well. You may even want to consider getting paper plates so that you don't have to worry about washing dishes. Rotate these items in regular use, same as with your foods. Number 4, if you don't have a first aid kit, get one now. Actually, I would have at least 3 kits, one in the kitchen, one in the bathroom, and one in the bedroom. If there is anything that you would need specifically due to a medical condition, I would make sure to consider those needs in the kits. Also, I would keep a small household fire extinguisher as part of that kit, at least in the kitchen. Number 5, get yourself a tool kit. I have found that many people who are apartment dwellers have very few basic tools and often no tools at all. And there's no excuse for that. Everyone should have access to at least some basic tools for emergency situations. You don't have to have a huge collection of tools, just some basics that could be handy in a pinch. Number 6, emergency lighting. Flashlights, candles, lanterns, and batteries. Odds are you're going to need light. And you would be surprised how few people have even a basic flashlight in their home, or if they do, they don't know where to find it when they need it. Make sure you have access to light sources during emergencies. Number 7, extra blankets. Even in the warmest climates, it can get unseasonably cold at times, and often most people don't have more than a couple of basic blankets for their everyday use. Another thing to consider here is that blankets have other uses besides keeping you warm, such as covering up windows to prevent light from escaping so that people don't know you're home at night when all the other lights are out. Number 8, visit your local thrift stores. You can often find inexpensive prepping or survival type items in thrift stores for a very reasonable price. In fact, there are several videos on this channel that showcase a variety of items that were collected from thrift stores to demonstrate that very point. Number 9, know your environment. It's amazing how many people live in an area and are completely oblivious to the nuances of their neighborhood, and even of their own building or home. How many stairs are there between floors? What's visible or accessible from your windows? How many windows are there in your apartment or home? You'd be surprised how many people can't answer these questions, and how important it may end up being for you to know these things. Number 10. Back up your important documents and keep some extra cash, and keep them in a safe place. We have landed in a very digital age, And if for whatever reason there is a disaster or grid down situation, those documents won't be accessible and your bank and credit cards will be useless. Be prepared for that possibility. And you just knew there was one more, didn't you? Call it number 11 if you will. Arm yourself. Don't be naive about the fact that if people find out that you have any supplies while you're bugged into your home or apartment, that they wouldn't come for you. Or at the very least, you may butt heads with scavengers going door to door. Arm yourself as best you can and know how to effectively use those weapons when push comes to shove. Don't just own them. Get proper training in their use. And you know what? I'll give you one more here. Know when it's time to get out. Sometimes you can only hold up for so long, and if things continue to get worse, you may have to just take off. Keep a bug out bag handy and have a plan in place for the possibility of having to escape. So I hope you found this list helpful. If there's anything you would like to add to the list, please feel free to post your thoughts in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got anything out of it. I hope that you did. Subscribe if you are new and check out some of the other videos. You may find something useful. I hope that you do. So that being said, stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.